I believe in miracles. Bold statement, or so I thought. You ever wonder how many people would agree with that statement? Stick around to the end because I've got some interesting statistics that you're going to want to hear. Okay, so I've talked about some of the more extraordinary miracles in some of my shorts videos. But today I'm going to talk about some personal experiences that I've had and about more everyday miracles, the kind of stuff that happens to us that we sometimes don't give much thought to. These things aren't quite as sensational, so here are a few of mine. I'm going to go over 4 of them. The first one I'll start with, I would call more of a minor miracle because a few times in my life I've been feeling rather down. Things haven't been going well, and I would be out on the street walking somewhere or the doors on an elevator about to shut. And total strangers would yell words of encouragement to me. It was kind of strange. Now, they were yelling, of course, because they were far away from me. So in order to be heard, they had to yell. But it seemed really weird to me that they were yelling nice things to me. It did bring my spirits up for a while, to know that there's nice people in this world. And they will never know just how much they affected me. But it was a nice thing that they did. So were they angels who walk among us? No, the strange thing is that not only did they not know me, but the chances that they would ever see me again were pretty remote. So why did they do it? It's a mystery to me. Maybe they're just very nice, sweet people. Maybe they're always yelling random things at people, at total strangers, I don't know. Do angels walk among us? I don't know. Let me know what you think. I'd be interested in knowing if you've had experiences like that. The second interesting incident was at a time that I desperately needed my identification, my driver's license specifically. But I couldn't find it anywhere. I tore the house apart. Tore it upside down, looked everywhere. I looked in my car, I tore it apart, I looked everywhere. I took my purse and emptied it completely out, turned it inside out. I could not find it. Finally, I decided I'd just go to bed for the night and gave up. Well, in my dreams, it came to me exactly where it was. And it wasn't like a dream where there's a sequence of events. It just came to me as a still shot. Just a shot of exactly where it was. So, of course, the next morning I wake up, I go out to my car, I look in that exact spot. It had fallen between the car seat and the console. Now, that's not a place I would put my license. So it was strange that it was there. So what happened that night? Was it my mind kind of consciously thinking about or subconsciously thinking about where did I last have it? Where could it be? Was it just trying to work out the problem and solve it? Was it some kind of divine intervention, a message? I don't know. But it was an extraordinary event, and it came at an absolutely desperate time because I needed the ID for a meeting the next day, and the meeting could not be rescheduled. I absolutely had to have that ID. It was crucial. So now the third and fourth incidents that I'm going to discuss are increasingly difficult to just dismiss. The first one of these, or the third one, I'd been driving to work. I was on the interstate. I was getting off on my ramp. And as you're coming off onto the ramp, you can see that there's traffic completely stopped on the ramp. So I, of course, slow down and come to a stop. And for some strange reason, at that exact moment, I looked up in my rearview mirror to see a car coming barreling down really fast, and he was going to hit me. He clearly hadn't seen that the traffic on the ramp was stopped. So I managed to nudge my car over to the side of the road and get out of his way. And he hit the brakes really hard, and they were smoking, and he came to a dead stop exactly where my car was sitting. Had I not pulled it out over to the side of the road, I would have been sandwiched between him and the car in front of me, and my car would have been probably totaled, and I may have been killed. That was a really close call. I don't know, but I think that was my guardian angel protecting me. Something caused me to look up. It's not something I would normally do. You're coming off an interstate, you're looking ahead, you're not looking behind you. I mean, why would you? So it was a very strange incident. And it's certainly not something I would typically do. And finally, this is an incident that happened to me, and it's breathtaking. To this day, it takes my breath away because I almost died. I was rushing to a meeting at the local school board. They were about to make changes that would have adversely affected my daughter, and I wasn't about to take that lying down. I had to get to this meeting, and I'm rushing. And I had to park across the street from it because there was no parking near the building, and I had to cross a very busy road with 4 lanes. No problem. The cars had stopped for me. In the southbound lanes, the lanes furthest from me and closest to my destination, the car in the left lane heading south had stopped for me, and I was jogging across the street, having just passed that car, and I was just about to put one foot into that lane that was closest to the building, and I heard a voice from behind me yelling to stop. So before I knew it, he was like right behind me, pulling me back. Had he not been there at that precise moment, I would have continued my stepping into that lane, and the car that was in that lane closest to the building was not stopping. My clothes, he came by me so close that my clothes literally shook. I don't know whether the side view mirror caught my clothing or whether it was just the wind from that car whipping by me. But had that stranger not been there, had he stopped to tie his shoe, had he been caught in traffic, had he left 5 minutes later, any number of a million things had not put him in that place, even if he'd left on time and got there at the same time but not been looking to see what was going on and assess the situation and the danger I was in, I would have certainly been killed. It was bad. So we get to the other side of the road, and I'm just in a state of shock, kind of. This guy just saved my life, and he kind of disappears as mysteriously as he got there. So again, that is an incredible miracle. You could say it's like a mundane, everyday miracle, but I know it. I'm not alone. I know that this happens to other people. So I would love to hear your stories about everyday, mundane miracles that happen to you, for which you're eternally grateful, but that you maybe didn't give a lot of thought at the time, but you look back on it. I know that my atheist self in the past would have just dismissed this, but as I've come to believe in God, I don't think that there are any coincidences. Atheists love to say that things are just a coincidence. But, people far wiser than me have said there's no such thing as coincidences. So I don't know. Was he my guardian angel? I don't know. I'm inclined to think so. What do you think? Do you feel like you have a guardian angel? That's another thing that some people believe, some people don't. What do you think? I know that I owe my life to that stranger and the strange impulse to look in that rearview mirror as I did that day. So those are some of the examples of things that have happened to me. Have you ever had these sorts of things that I'm calling mundane miracles happen to you? Let me know in the comments section below. My feeling is that there are many, many miracles that happen to us that we simply do not see or recognize as such. I know that the atheists prefer to call them coincidences, but I don't think they're coincidences. It's been said that there is really no such thing as a coincidence. What do you think? If you're interested in the incredible miracles I've discussed that you can learn about in just under 1 minute, I hope you check out my playlist because I have quite a few shorts that I'm accumulating, and some of them just give goosebumps on your skin. Like, check this one out about the miracle in Korea. It's pretty incredible. Stay to the last line, though, because that's the most chilling. It'll put goosebumps on your skin, as one of my viewers had said in the comments section. So do you ever have any things happen, like random acts of kindness, a stranger paying for your meal just when you need it, people offering to help you out when you need it, any sort of synchronicities like I've discussed where you miss a harrowing accident or someone comes into your life unexpectedly and it changes it for the better? How about healing recoveries, getting better from an illness beyond what medical expectations held for you? What about unexplained luck or fortune, finding money when you desperately needed it, or getting a job that changes you and takes you out of a job you despise? These sort of life-affirming miracles. And then, of course, there's the miracle of just nature itself. Have you ever stared at a beautiful sunset or the clouds and just been in awe of the beauty of nature? These are reminders of the miraculous that we see in the mundane, the everyday things. So if, like me, you've experienced firsthand one or more of these everyday miracles, well, you're in good company, because here are the statistics that I promised you. According to a Pew survey here in the U.S., 79% of Americans believe in miracles, with many viewing everyday occurrences like I've discussed as examples of divine intervention. And globally, a 2013 Ipsos survey found 70% of people believe in some form of miracles, which suggests that the belief in miracles is not limited to the United States or specific religious groups. It's widespread and comes and varies across various cultures and backgrounds. I hope that you enjoyed this. Video and check out my playlist, which has many other miracles that I'm learning about as I go down the road from atheist to finding God. And I truly hope you had a good day and a great tomorrow.